All right, let's approach problem number 3. We just finished off number 2. Number 3 is going to be very similar to the second one, but we're given a little bit different and asked to solve for something different. Here we're given if x is less than b, for what values of a is f concave down? Again, concavity deals with the second derivative, so we're going to be dealing with the second derivative, and we're given that x is less than b. So let's play with this a little bit. We want this to be concave down, so we want, what do we require? We require that 2a over x minus b to the third. Concave down means we want the second derivative to be less than 0. Now, the question is, how can this occur? Well, a fraction can be less than 0 if the numerator is negative, denominator is positive, or if the numerator is positive, denominator is negative. They have to be opposite signum. One's positive, one's negative. Well, what an additional piece of information we're given, though, is this. We know we're given that x is less than b. So we also have, since x is less than b, we know what this denominator must be. We can construct this denominator. That's the key. Construct this denominator from this given piece of information. So subtract b from both sides of this inequality. X minus b is less than 0. Raise both sides to the third power. When you raise both sides of something to the third power, the signum remains the same. The relative sizes remain the same. So x minus b to the third power must be less than 0 to the third power, or just 0. And we have it. If x is less than b, that requires x minus b to the third power is less than 0, which is to say this is negative. So now what we have, so put this together with this, those two pieces imply we have 2a over, and we have a negative quantity. Again, this is conceptual. We have 2a divided by a negative quantity, and we want that expression to be less than 0. Well, how can you have a fraction less than 0? If the denominator is negative, the numerator must be positive. And so from this, that immediately implies that 2a must be greater than 0. So that this is a positive, this is a negative. When you divide them, the answer is negative. That's less than 0. And from this, we have a, divide both sides by 2, a greater than 0. So for what values of a is f concave down? If x is less than b, the values of a are x greater than 0.